everybody. Today is Friday, November 22nd. It's 7:57 a.m. and I got an offer from DoorDash. I'm going to be going to Bad Owl Coffee Roasters. I'm going to get $6.50 for 2.4 miles. Well, not a great one, but that's my absolute minimum for the day, is to accept offers that are at least $6.50, $2 for every mile. And so this hit the metric. And the goal today is to make at least $50, which is a huge increase from all my previous goals of $35. Because I'm trying to make more money, because why not? Why not try to make more money? So let's see if we can make $50 today by 2 o'clock. So the time, it's not even 8 a.m. yet. So I really have a little over 6 hours to make $50. And if I can't make $50 in 6 hours, you know this job is really a crappy job. It's like, wow, this job is incredibly bad. So, so far, I'm very optimistic that I will finish early today, reaching my goal. Because the moment I turned the app on, plenty of offers were coming in. And a lot of them were borderline. There was one for 6 miles to go to Albertsons and just shop for a couple of items, and it was like a little over $11. But it was to deliver to a car dealership, and I didn't feel like seeing anybody. I'm like, that doesn't sound good. And also in that area, that's like an industrial area, so I know there'd be a lot of traffic, and it wouldn't be pleasant. So I said, nah. For that small amount of money, for that many miles, I just didn't want to do it. And then this one came up, and I said, well, this one's not bad. I'm like, the money's not that good, but the miles are so short, it's going to keep me in my zone. So that's why I decided to just take it. It's like, you know what? It's like a throwaway. They'll get the $6.50, and then I should immediately get another offer. And if not, I'm still so close to home base, it's not going to be a big deal. Alright, I'm going to be making a right turn up ahead. I'm going to follow this Toyota Camry that's in like a fashionable neutral blue-gray color. And the Bad Owl Coffee order should already be ready. Based on the time of morning it is, and usually they're on point. Usually they are able to have things always ready the moment I walk in the door for Bad Owl. Oh boy, it's busy though. Look at all the cars. I'm gonna have to park over here. Great. Fantastic. Let's see, where should I go? How about this spot right here? Let's see if I'll fit. There's a bush right here. Hope I don't get snagged on it. Let's go in. Oh boy. The order wasn't ready. Such a bummer. I thought for sure it would be ready, and it was not. I was there at least 6-7 minutes waiting for that order to complete. It was 3 drinks and a food item, and they were still working on the drinks. I was so bummed. I'm like, why couldn't it be ready? But it wasn't. So I just sat there and wasted my time. It's 8:07 a.m. and now we're on our way to a business 4 minutes from here, 1.1 miles, and it's a hand it to me. And I'm hoping the drinks don't tip over. They're on the floor of the car in a drink holder, and there's 3 of them, so they appear to be stable, but you never know. All it takes is one wrong move and it's gonna flip upside down. Sometimes the size of the drinks are loose inside of the holder, and they easily topple over. But these look like regular sized drinks, so I don't think there's going to be any issues. I don't think. We'll see as we're moseying along to the drop off. And the traffic doesn't look too bad, but of course I can see up ahead there's traffic cones, so I don't know if I'm going to have to merge back over or not. So we're going to just have to wait and see. So we're off to a real dandy start. You know, I had high expectations that they would be on point and they would be ready. Because it wasn't like the moment I got this offer, I hit the pedal in the car and we took off to this pickup. I was just hanging out at home. So I had to put my shoes on. I had to put my jacket on. I had to walk and get into the car. And so I wasn't, I was giving them plenty of time to have this order ready. And it wasn't. So I was really disappointed with Bad Owl. They're usually so good at having stuff ready. Oh well, hopefully the day will get better as we go. And there was a new guy in there. He was still learning the ropes. I think that's why it was taking so long. There's a guy in there who's always in there, and he's really good. He's really fast, really professional. And they had this new guy in there who was still learning, and he was like humming and singing to himself, and I'm like, oh Lord. He was asking the other guy all kinds of questions about things, and he was getting the orders mixed up. He's like, oh, is this the right order for this drink? And the guy's like, yeah. He's like, maybe if you stop singing to yourself, you will pay attention and focus on your job and get it right. Uh-oh, do I have to get over? Yes, I do. Surprise. Get your butt over. In a quarter of a mile, I'll be making a right turn. Ugh, God. Why does there always have to be construction? Every darn day of my life until the day I die, they're going to be doing construction. And this person behind me is probably wondering why I'm going so slow. They're probably like, get out of my way. I have to get to work. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I've got drinks in the car, and I don't want them to flip over. Oh, here comes a speed bump. Hey, we were at this office in yesterday's video. I don't think it's to the same business. I don't think. It might be. Speed bump. Speed bump. So let's see if there's going to be parking. I'm going to make a right turn here, and then there should be hopefully a parking spot open on my left. Let's see what... another surprise, another speed bump. And then this person's in my way. There's a lady talking to somebody. I was going to take that parking spot. Just go here. God, it's like, go talk somewhere else. Let's go in. Successful delivery, $3.04 for 2.4 miles. No. Successful delivery, no problems. They increased the tip. I got $8 for that one. Excellent. Excellent. And now I'm gonna try to get out of here and make my way back towards home base. $3.33, 5.4 miles. No. Stuff just keeps coming in. $2.41. We don't care. It's garbage. All right. $2.43. Garbage. Trying to back out of here safely without hitting anybody as I decline garbage offers. $2.41. Garbage. Oh, glad to have those drinks out of the car. Now I can drive normal and not drive like I have a patient in the car. $7.40. 8.1 miles. No. Oh boy. So when I went up there, the door was locked. So I had to message the customer. $9.67 for 5.4 miles. No. $7.55. 8.1 miles. No. Yeah, so I was a little bit concerned that nobody was inside of the business. So I sent them a message that I was at the front door and of course that it was locked, and two people came to the front door to get the items. One girl took the drinks and another one grabbed the food. And they didn't seem like they were friends. Based on what I could tell. Because one person grabbed the drinks and the other one didn't want to grab anything. Like she was the manager or something. Like she was like, I don't need to grab anything. But the other one didn't have any hands left because she had her phone in her hand and she had the drinks. So she reluctantly took the food. I hope it wasn't too heavy for her. I hope that breakfast burrito didn't break her arm trying to carry it back to her desk. I swear. I'm so glad I'm not involved in any of that work office environment anymore. I can remember those days. It was just so dysfunctional, the stuff that goes on in an office. So ridiculous. And now I just get to deal with the public, the general public, and the craziness of the general public, which is fine because you don't have to see them every day. $6.40, 4.1 miles, no. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get anything else on the way back. I may just be back at home waiting for the next one. $10.05, 14 miles, no. And I got 3 miles on the car, and that is it right now. 42 miles to the gallon. It's currently 51 degrees, sunny and clear. There is no wind, and the time is 8:16. So we're doing really good. We only got what is this person doing? Oh my God, would you just go? Good Lord, what were they doing? They just stopped in the middle of the road and there was a left turn lane right next to them. It's like, what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. Oh God, people. Why does there have to be people? $2.17. We don't care. It's garbage. $11. Oh, this looks like a good one. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I'm going to try for it. Let's see if I get... Oh, it's gone. Goodbye. Let's see, what's this one? $5 to go to Taco Bell. That's too low. Decline. There was a good one that just came in. It was like $11 for Chick-fil-A for like 2 miles. But it was a match and I didn't get it. So now I just gotta delete it. Oh God, another ambulance is coming. I can hear it. God, I swear. Every day I'm at this intersection, I hear an ambulance coming. What is it with this intersection? Is this like the magnet where all ambulances have to travel? There's like a law. It's like if you're an ambulance, this is where you have to go. And everybody's just stopping and blocking the road because of the ambulance. God, this place is so ridiculous. Like, people learn how to drive. It's like if you see or hear the paramedic, just stop and let them go by. Ooh, I almost missed the light. Thanks a lot, paramedic truck. That's what people worry about missing the light. They're like, I don't care if somebody's dying. I need to make this light. People are so selfish. All they think about is missing the light. They're like, I don't care if somebody's dying. $8.58 for 11.2 miles. No. People here are so not courteous. In LA, when there's an ambulance, people immediately go over to the shoulder. At least back in the day when I was there, people got out of the way immediately if there was a ambulance or a fire truck, and they would pull over to the right because everybody in California, they're trained, like the education system and we used to have driver's ed in high school, so you would learn at an early age the rules of the road, so you were very knowledgeable on what to do in certain situations, because you'd actually have to pass tests in school for driver's education. The time is 8:36 a.m. I got an offer from DoorDash. I'm going to be going on over to Staples, and then I'm going to be going to Craft Kitchen. I'm going to get $19.60 for 9.6 miles. I just hope that whatever this customer ordered, they have it. Let's see what they ordered. Staples Patel multi-purpose 20-pound cream paper, model number, oh boy, that's going to be hard to find. Staple clasp and moistenable glue number 10, catalog 9x12 envelopes. Oh boy. That's going to be a challenge, is all I have to say. You know how hard it is? It's like looking for a needle in a haystack when you have to find reams of paper, because they have so many different reams of paper, and they're all over the store. They're not necessarily all in one place. And then who knows where the envelopes are. And you know how the app usually will tell you what aisle things are in? Well, not for Staples. You don't get anything. It's like good luck. And then you got to hope that there'll be a nice person that will help you to find what you're looking for. But for office supplies like that, I don't know how knowledgeable they're going to be. So this could be a while. Well, at any rate, we are here now in the shopping center for Staples, and I might as well hit arrive at store because I've arrived close enough. Don't send. Oh, I wish it was something easier, but it isn't. And at least it's not like a laptop or anything like that, so it's a little bit better. Oh, let's see if I can find a good place to park. Oh, look, a truck decided to park here and block all of the access points, and now I can't park right there to the right because of the truck. So I think I'll park here. All right, let's go on in. All right, the shopping for the items was super easy. I was shocked how easy it was to find everything. The app did not tell me where anything was, but the signage inside of Staples was very helpful. They had a giant sign that said envelopes. And sure enough, the envelopes I needed were in that section, and I immediately saw them, so there was no confusion about what I needed to get. So the very first thing I picked up, I scanned it, and it was the correct item. So I was ecstatic. I was like, oh, it's a miracle. And then I saw another sign at the far end of the wall of the store, and it said paper. And then I headed over there, and they had the selection of paper, and the first thing I walked up to was the paper that the customer was requesting. And I scanned it, and it was the correct item. It went through. So I thought, wow, that never happens. Usually I have to scan 4 or 5 different items before I find the right one. So I was extremely happy about that, and now it's in the trunk, and I am on my way to Craft Kitchen next. 1.3 miles from here. It's going to be a 4-minute drive. And now we just have to hope that the can I go? Now we just have to hope that the food is ready at Craft Kitchen, so that way it will be a simple pickup and we can move on to the drop-off. So we shall see. Craft Kitchen at this time shouldn't be busy because it's Friday. It's not the weekend yet, so I shouldn't have any problems with Craft Kitchen as far as it being busy. So there's a good probability that the food will be ready. So also, because this is a double order, while I was shopping, they were probably already working on the order. So I think we're going to be good. And maybe I'll even be done with this much quicker than I'm even thinking of, I hope. And the traffic's really light right now. The time is 8:46 a.m. I currently have about 6.5 miles on the car. I'm getting 47 miles to the gallon, and the temperature is 53 degrees. And all is well. We're just cruising along in the neighborhood, and once I complete this one, we'll be at almost $28, 27 and change. And that's well over 50% of goal to the $50. So that is excellent news because it's still early. I haven't even, it's not even an hour yet that I've been online. So I'm very happy about that. And I'm hoping that I am going to be done before noon today, because that is my ideal goal, to be done by noon. And then I can just go home and have lunch and work on the video and then enjoy the rest of my day. So alright, I'm turning here into the shopping center. I don't have any internet. Okay, I'm back online. I've arrived at the store. What's happening with your order? Oh, the order's still being prepared. You always have to tell the app something when you say you arrived at store, because sometimes it'll mark you as being late, and they're wondering, like, why aren't you telling us what's going on? And so you want to be on time to arrive at the store. I've had a problem in the past where I didn't click arrived at store and they dinged me. So I'm like, now whenever it tells me, have you arrived at the store, I say yes. I'm just going to park over here near this tree, because all these people are taking forever to park. And I'll just walk from here. Let's do it. The food was ready, which was awesome. They just had to assemble it together and put it in a bag, and the employee was just trying to make sure that nothing was missing, so she was going very slow. But I didn't care. I'm like, I know the food is there, so that's all that matters to me. So now we're driving 15 minutes from here. It's a 6-mile drive. It's a house, it's a leave at the door, and this is gonna be the shopping order from Staples is first. Oh boy, here come all the cars. Perfect timing. It doesn't get any more perfect than this. God, this light is the worst when it comes to getting over. In fact, I'm just gonna turn and have to make a U-turn. There's just too many darn cars. Oh wait, can I get over? I made it. How did I do it? I don't know. It's a miracle. Somehow I did it. I don't know how. I don't know. Am I fully in this lane? I think I am. I'm just barely in my lane. Maybe I'm 1 inch over to the other person's lane. Oh gosh, this turn is so ridiculous. It's like every single person, 90% of the traffic has to make a left turn at this light. And or actually 95, and 5% have to go straight or make a right turn. And that's just the way it is. So there's like a billion cars in these two left turn lanes trying to turn left to head towards Anthem. And yeah, I'm one of them. And I'm one of those lucky people that has to do that as well. And now I'm just trying to figure out where this house is and what's the shorter distance to go. Okay, I know the shorter distance. The app wanted to take me the direction that was going to be 1 mile further 1 mile further drive. And I hate when it does that. It always wants to go the furthest distance because the speed limit is faster that way, so it's going to be a shorter amount of time to get to the drop-off. But I don't care about how fast I get to the drop-off. I'm more concerned about how many miles are you going to put on my car. So I looked on the map and saw that I would save a mile if I go a different route, which I selected. And that means because I'm going to go there and then come back towards home base, I'm going to save not just 1 mile, I'm going to save 2 miles. So every mile adds up. If you think about how many trips I do probably about 5 to 6 offers every day. And if I save 2 miles for every one of those offers, that's a savings of 10 miles every day. So you really have to watch the navigation and see if you're going the shortest distance, because it's all about saving your car on miles so that the car lasts as long as possible, because you know this car can only go so many miles before it won't run anymore. So you got to think about that. That's like you're aging your car for every mile you drive it. So that's how I think of it. And I'm trying to get this car to last me for 250 to 300,000 miles. That's sort of the goal I have for this car. Now, whether or not I end up getting in a car accident and it gets totaled and destroyed, that's for the Uber gods to determine, because I have no idea. I have no idea what future events will unfold before me day to day in life. Nobody knows. I could slip in the bathtub tomorrow and it'll all be over. So nobody can foresee the future. You just do what you know. It's like, I know I'm putting miles on this car, and I know statistically the number of miles the car has the potential to go. So that's how I base it on. And yeah, we still got quite a ways to go. We're going deep up into Anthem, where all the rich and the retired live. There's 2 different types of people that live up here. People that have money and people that just want to retire, and they go to these 55 and over communities. And the 55 and over communities aren't cheap either, but you know, they're not like Anthem Country Club, you know, where it's real expensive to live. You know, some of these HOA, these homeowner association places, the fees are more expensive than the property taxes at some of them. These people pay a boatload of money to maintain the grounds and the gate and the guards and everything else. So it is no joke. I've seen some as high as $600 a month just to pay the homeowner association fees. Now, I'm sure if you're from Florida or something like that, that's nothing to you, because I hear the homeowner association dues in Florida can range into the thousands of dollars just because the grounds are so immense and the maintenance is so complex. And then I hear these horror stories all the time about people that buy these condominiums in Florida, and they get mold and the pipes break, and in order for them to fix it, it's a major endeavor and costs a boatload of money. And not only do these people have to pay the HOA fees, then they got to pay an additional fee just for the repairs that come up once the building is really old, and they have to like rip out walls and tear out plumbing. That's a nightmare. I heard one time somewhere, I think it was in California somewhere, there was this really expensive high-rise that people moved into, and then they found out that the high-rise was not built on stable ground, and it started sinking, and it was starting to be like the, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It started tilting. So the poor people that bought into that situation they bought themselves into a total nightmare. And I don't think I would ever buy a condominium. I can't recommend you guys ever buying a condominium because there's too many unknown variables in what could happen when you buy into that. Because it's not like you're just renting an apartment. You are buying into the entire building. So you and the collective that have purchased condominiums in that complex are now on the hook for any types of things that happen in that building as a whole. So we're talking about repainting the entire building. We're talking about plumbing issues inside the walls, the foundational issues, the entire parking lot and parking structure, flooding. Oh, there's just too many horrible things that can occur that you do not want to deal with when it comes to living in a condominium. You really just want to have just a house, because you know that whatever you're paying for, you're enjoying. It's all yours. This whole idea of being a part of a community and having to pay into it, it is a huge risk, and not really worth it. Ideally, I wish that I had a place that had no HOA fees at all. But that's really hard to find here in Vegas, especially if you want to live in a nice area. A lot of the places that have no HOAs, they're really crappy. They're not good at all. They're real, they're in areas that are very, they're not kept up, is what I should say. They're not kept up at all. They got a lot of, people just don't even take care of their houses at all. They look like haunted houses, so that's the unfortunate thing about up here. Now in California, like in LA, HOAs are rare. They're almost unheard of. Oh, this is a two-way stop. Make sure nobody's coming. Okay, I can go. But see, like over here on the left, they got this beautiful park, but it's not paid for by the city. It's paid for by the people that live here. And in California and LA, it's paid for by all of the people that live in the city, pay for it. So it's very inexpensive, and everybody in the city gets to enjoy it. But this park, it's only enjoyed by the residents that live here in this particular community, and they gotta fork over that money to pay for it. And since there's not that many of them, their HOA fees are high. So it's like no thank. And then all this stuff here in the middle, all this median stuff with all these trees, they're paying for that too. They're paying an arm and a leg. Lots and lots of moolah. Look at all this foliage they gotta pay for, because there's a landscaper that has to come in and trim all these bushes and maintain all of this stuff. It's totally not worth it. I feel bad for people that fall in love with all of this stuff and think it's free. They don't realize that not only are they going to have to pay this money for it. Would you just go, guy? I see you. But with inflation, the price is only going to go up. It's not going to go down. So they're going to just keep paying more and more money to maintain this as long as they live here. This car's coming. I'm gonna wait. I couldn't gauge how fast they were going. And it's better to be polite and just let them go anyway. All right, now what am I doing? Oh, I'm just going straight ahead? Well, this is different. I've never done this before. I'm going into this community here. I've never been over here that I recall. Maybe this is a shortcut. I'm just following the navigation. It's taking me away I've never been before. Oh, please don't tell me I'm supposed to go through that gate. Please don't tell me, because I can't go through there. You stupid app. Oh, unbelievable. It's telling me to go through there. You can't go through there. What in the hell is this app doing? Oh, man. What a stupid app. You actually wanted me to go through there. I knew something was wrong. I'm like, something is up. This is not right. This is 100% wrong. Oh, now what's it gonna pull? I hate this app every day of my life. It's pulling, and now I have no idea where it's leading me, because obviously it's made a big mistake. I bet you this is a dead end too. Make a left here, it says. I'm like, okay. I feel like I'm being led astray now. I'm like, where are you leading me to now, app? Because that was not, there was no way to go that way. Oh, I'm getting closer to Bicentennial, which is bad news, because there's not going to be any turns to get there either. I swear. Is this a four-way stop? No, it's a two-way stop. This app, I'm telling you, it is such garbage. Leave at my door. Call this number when you get to the gate. Oh, God. So much for this being easy. This looks like it's going to be a total mess. And I'm not familiar with this area enough to know like where this place is, because another gate, another damn gate that you can't get into. Unbelievable. Now what am I gonna do? Gosh darn it. These people are too much. They have taken me on a wild effing goose chase. Oh my gosh. Is this a cul-de-sac? I am totally sandwiched and trapped in an area that does not have access to that area. And I'm just wasting miles. Thanks a lot, navigation. Thanks for effing nothing. Now I've got to use my own judgment to figure out how to get out of here. Oh, God. What a mess. Wait, that's the gate, I think. Hold up. I think that's the gate. God, dang it. Unreal. I think this is the... Well, is it the gate? It's saying not to go this way, that it's a dead end. But it's not a dead end. Oh, let's see. Let me call them. Oh, they're opening up the gate. I'm going in. You can go, guy. You're right there. This app is too much. It's telling me this is not even an entrance and to go the other way. What a joke. What a joke. Oh my God. Oh, now the navigation has reset itself and says now I'm at the right place. This is unbelievable. I feel bad for a novice delivery driver. They would be so lost. Okay, it's this house here on the left. Unbelievable. Oh, thank God for my good instincts. I would have never found this place otherwise. All right, this is the Staples order. It's in the trunk. Let me go get it. Hello.
Hey, can you take a picture?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you. Have a good day. That was wild, folks. Absolutely wild. That the navigation had no idea where the entrance was to this place. I was getting ready to head back on over to Bicentennial because I was like, I don't know how to get in here. I've been in here before, but it's been a long time since I've been in here. A very long time. So I was just thinking, you know what? I'm going to go back to a major road and maybe it will guide me in. Oh boy. So now I'm going to be going 7 minutes from here, 1.8 miles, a house. This customer states, no contact, leave delivery outside my door, and please ring the bell. You got it. You got it, girlfriend. I cannot believe it. I'm telling you, that was hard. That was an extremely difficult delivery. And maybe that he was the one that was tipping so big for this delivery because it was going to be so difficult. That's my guess. So I'm going to be making a left right here. Obviously, I have the right of way, guy. Don't go. Pay attention, guy. I have the right of way. And now we're making our way up even further away, and I've already lost all those benefits I had before, where, you know, where I saved a mile. That's gone. That benefit is gone. Because I'm sure I drove a mile at least out of my way to finally find that stupid house. And then, of course, you know, for that gate, we just lucked out that somebody let us in because I never even called the customer. Unless maybe he saw me in his phone that I was almost there. That's my guess. Because somehow magically the gate opened. The truck that was in front of me at that gate, they didn't have the code either. They didn't know what to do. Alright, we're coming up to Bicentennial, and this is the major artery. And this is where I was going to go to try to figure out how to get to that place. But we don't have to deal with that anymore. And this is a very weird road. It's like, that was Bicentennial we just crossed. And this is Bicentennial as well that we just crossed. Go figure, huh? It's two different roads. One travels east and one travels west. So I don't know if this is going to be in a gated community or not. There's nothing here that mentions that. It just says to ring the bell. So this particular area has a mix of houses that you can easily access. And then there are some that are behind gates and you have to have a code, and sometimes you just have to call the customer and then they push a clicker to let you in. So there's a hodgepodge of different types of communities in here. Oh, this is a two-way stop. Look to the right, look to the left. Here comes a car, and there goes the car. Let's follow them. Oh, there's a guy walking his dogs. I didn't see you. Thank God he wasn't crossing the street. I didn't see him. See, another situation could have happened. Whenever you get to those two-way stops, and you got to really focus on the cars because they're not stopping, and you got to yield to them up here, and then that takes away a lot of my focus. I'm so used to places when you come to an intersection, it's a four-way stop. Oh no, what's he doing? Why are his hazard lights on? Oh God. Are you gonna pull over? Are you gonna, that's probably the supervisor. He's probably the supervisor of the landscapers. And he's checking on them to make sure they're working. I'm gonna make a left here, keep following the landscaper. We're going really, really far up here into the land of make-believe. This place is so far to the south that these are like almost the last communities before there's just no more houses left. We are really going high up. This person really wanted this food. No drink, just food from Craft Kitchen. And I'll probably take a different route when I leave here because I think I'm almost at Democracy, which is the furthest street before there's absolutely no civilization left. And I kind of get the vibe that's where I'm at right now. I'm at the edge of civilization. This drop-off has had a lot of twists and turns if you haven't noticed. And definitely is taking a long time to complete. Oh good, it's a regular neighborhood. The time is 9:12. I don't remember when I first got this offer, but it feels like we've been going pretty close to an hour now. And I don't think I'm gonna get any more offers up here because there's nothing up here. We're in, oh god, look at this road. It's like a driveway. Oh dear. I hate these communities like this. How am I supposed to drop off to the front of the house and ring the doorbell if your darn house has no access point to the front of the house? God, I hate these. I hate, oh, there's some sidewalk. Okay, good. I saw a sidewalk. That means there's going to be multiple access points. It's coming up pretty soon. I see a sidewalk there, so that's good. I hate these. Where are you? Okay, of course it's this one. Oh, God, there's a sidewalk there. Thank God. I hope I don't block anybody in. All right. I'll be right back. Smokes. That was wild, everybody. That was wild. Time is 9:15. It's 56 degrees. I've got 14 miles on the car. The navigation is all effed up. It doesn't know how we got here or how to get out of here. The navigation is completely confused. It doesn't understand where we are, and it doesn't know how to get out of here. It doesn't know anything, and I don't know anything either. I am so confused. I'm like, where am I? And how do I get out of here? All these streets end in dead ends. It's like there's some exit point to get out of here, but I don't know where it is. The navigation is confused. It thinks there's an exit point where there isn't an exit point. So I've got to go this way. The navigation keeps saying, oh, you can exit if you continue to the south. And I'm like, no, there is no exit point there. So it's really confused. And now I'm just going to follow this guy in front of me and hope that he knows how to get out of here, because the navigation does not know how to get out of here. Whatever system mapped these roads up here is wrong. It thinks certain roads have access points, and they're actually cul-de-sacs, and they have no access point. Oh, well. Oh, now he's lost too. He's like, why isn't the navigation working right? I'm like, yeah, dude, it isn't working right. It doesn't know where the hell we are. Let's see, can I make a right here? No, I'm going to go left. I don't trust the navigation now. I'm just going to go back where I came from. Back to where I came from. Even though it's going to take me longer, I don't care. I'd rather do this than get in trouble and end up just stuck and have to turn around, waste my gas. Oh boy, so the drop off went fine. I walked on over to the front of the house, and there's no street for the front of their house. It's like the front of their house just faces, a pretty view of some kind of ravine or something. And so when I got to that side, I dropped the stuff off and pushed the doorbell. I didn't hear the doorbell ring, but I just pushed it, and then I just left. And that was it. And they said in the app, hand it to me, and then they wrote in special instructions, just leave it outside and ring the bell. And people that do that, I swear I think that they do that because they don't want you to take a picture of the front of their house. But, I always cover myself. I'm taking my video. So I have my evidence to show that I dropped it off. And whenever I feel or whenever I get any kind of notice that they say, oh, I didn't deliver, I go to the video and I watch my unedited version, and that's how I know That's how I'm able to relay to DoorDash or Uber Eats what went wrong. I'll be like, I delivered it, and here's the information, and here's the address, and here's what happened, and then I save the video in case I go, do you want to see video? I'll show you video. I can prove it to you that I dropped it off, so yeah. And see, no offers are coming in right now because where we are there's really very little opportunities here. There's an Albertsons that's going to be coming up shortly. In fact, I'm going to turn off my Google Maps now that I'm over here, and hopefully something will come in. I know there's like a Starbucks up here, and there is a Starbucks and an Albertsons, and then there is a Roberto's. But usually if I'm up here, the only offers I usually get are from Albertsons. They're usually like shopping orders. So it's on our left is the shopping center. But for the most part, usually I don't get anything, and I have to drive all the way back to civilization before I get a decent offer. And that's just the way it is. And if I look at the clock now, it's almost 9:30, and this is the time when no offers come in anyway. This is the very magical time of no work. $4.22, 2.7 miles, no. This is that very special time of the day where I should just be at home having myself something to eat and watching TV until something comes in. $8.29, 2 deliveries, 6 miles, no. Yeah, there's nothing good right now. Everything is just garbage. And I'm just gonna slowly just cruise on back. It's a long way back, everybody. So this offer was still worth it though, even though I've got a dead mile. It was still worth it. I think I have almost $28 now, and that's well over 50% of goal. And I have many, many hours until the day is over. So what is that? 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1. I have 4 hours to make another $24 or $22? I think I could make $22 in the next 4 hours. I would hope. Well, I'm not going fast enough. Sorry, guy. I'm not going the speed limit. I'm sorry. I'm going up a hill. It's only going like 35, 40 in a 45 mile an hour zone. Alright, I'm going the regular speed. $6.45 for 8 miles. That's a no. Yeah, everything's going good. It's a good day. I just got really upset about that the navigation getting me lost. And not just doing it once, but twice. It did it at the first, trying to arrive at the first drop-off, and then trying to return home from the second drop-off. That was a very frustrating situation, and I'm sure if I had been only doing this job for a short period of time, I would have gotten really upset and would have probably gotten lost. Yeah, once you do this job for so many years, you have a really good sense of direction, and you're able to get out of situations because you're just familiar with the neighborhood. But when you first start doing this job and you get lost in a neighborhood and the navigation doesn't work, man, it is like you are on a deserted island and you want to send up a flare for someone to come rescue you, because we're so dependent on navigation when we are in a place that we're not familiar with. And when the navigation doesn't know how to get you out, now you're like one of those rats in a maze trying to find the cheese. You're just hitting the wall. You're like, this is the dead end, this is the dead end. And then you start to get really upset when you realize the time you're starting to lose because the navigation has failed you. So, yeah. Well, I now have 18 miles on the car. The temperature is 57 degrees. traffic is normal. It's not light. It's normal. We are way up here in Anthem, where there's hardly any businesses. It's all houses for as far as the eye can see. Lots of beautiful houses and beautiful trees on hills. It's very quiet up here. Lots of nature. Perfect place to retire if you don't ever need to see fast food restaurants or have any need for life supporting services like a hospital or a bank or a post office. There's nothing up here but the most basic of services. And some people like that. That's why some people move up into the mountains. This is to me like moving up to the mountains. It's too far for me. I like to be real close to services. I want to be able to walk down the street and get myself something to eat without having to drive if I need to. And that's the way I like it. I don't know why more people don't prefer that. I mean, once you get to a certain age, you're not as mobile anymore, so you need to have services that are close to you. The only thing I wish I had that I don't is I wish I lived in a place where the ground was level, because I know when you get I just skidded on some rocks. I wish I had that, because when you get older it's hard to walk. Maybe I'm gonna have like a little cane or a walker, and I'm gonna need to have level ground or I'll get slip and fall. So that's the one thing I wish. But up here in this area, everything is hilly. There's very few places that the ground is perfectly flat. You would have to go more towards the older parts of town near actual Las Vegas, where the ground is perfectly flat. And then of course the downside to living in a place like that is you're subject to flooding. And this town, even though it's a desert and it hardly rains, when it does rain, watch out. It pours rain here, and the streets turn into rivers. So that's why a lot of the wealthier people, they like to live up near the hills, because then they're not at risk of any flooding, and they don't have to worry about all that stuff. Whereas the people who live in the older areas, they have terrible problems with flooding. And flooding can just destroy your home. And good luck getting flood insurance if you live in a flood zone. That ain't gonna happen at all. You are gonna be out of luck, let me tell you. Well, now we're at the entrance to Seven Hills. We're right near the Vaughn Shopping Center. There's a beautiful Labrador sticking his head out of the car. Well, he's a beautiful doggy. He's trying to talk to the person next to him, and he got shy and he ran away. I think the other person waved to him. Yeah, he did. The car in front of me rolled his window down and waved to the dog that had his head sticking out because he was so beautiful. And the dog got shy and ran away. He's like, oh my God, he's waving to me. Oh, Labradors are such good dogs. That's like the #1 dog breed in America. And I've had Labradors, and they were great dogs. I wish I had Labradors to this day, but you can only have so many dogs. So I just have the Yorkies, which are good dogs too. $7.14, 11 miles. No. See, I'm getting closer to civilization now. Finally, time is 9:27, and offers are finally coming back in. $7.02 for 11 miles. No, garbage. Yup, we're getting back to civilization. Here's this awful twist and turn road here where all the people come rushing out of Anthem to my right. Oh wait, there's nobody. They must all be stuck for some reason. Perfect for me. I can get in my far right hand lane, which I enjoy. This is the most popular lane that everybody likes to be in. There must be an accident or something that's holding everybody else up. This right here is normally where the traffic is all jammed up. as I make my way back to civilization. But there's nobody. So that tells me there must be an accident on the road that was on the other side. Because up in Anthem it's like a racetrack, and so we were on the west side of the racetrack, and the accident must have happened on the east side of the racetrack. Yup, that must have been what had happened. And now we're right at the spot where I could go to the right and make a right turn on Sunridge Heights, or go straight. And all the cars behind me, they want to make a right turn, and I'm blocking them. And I'm sure they are all pissed at me. They're like, would you move a little bit more forward? If you move just a few inches forward, we could all get in the right-hand lane and get onto Sunridge Heights. And I'm not going to let them. And you know why? Because they'd hit my car. They won't make it. They're delusional. There is not enough space. And I didn't want to tempt them with the idea that they might have enough room. I'm like, just wait until I go, dude. Then you can go. All right, now you can go into the right lane. Have at it. Oh, I'm making this light. I'm sorry. I ain't waiting again. It ain't happening. You can forget it. Now we're back over here by Craft Kitchen. See how far we had to come? This is basically like this was a round trip delivery. And that's why I always charge $2 for every mile, because they eat up all my miles. I am now at 21 miles on the car, and we've made $27.60 so far today. So you see, by the time I get back to base, I'll be back to $1 for every mile, which is terrible. I mean, it's all I can do. I wish I could charge $3 for every mile. But you won't get any offers if you do that. It's just not possible at this point in time. You've got to take the absolute limit I have found. $10.50 for 7.3 miles. No. This is the absolute furthest I can push my luck, is $2 for every mile. Oh boy. Man, I sure hope something good comes in. $5.08 for 9 miles. No. Well, if I make it back home, I'm going to turn the app off and have something to eat. And have a big cup of green tea. Because I deserve it. I deserve it. In fact, I'm turning this app off. And I'm going to pause my dash. And I'm going to go get something to eat. Because that was a long drive. And I need a break. Time is 10:35 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats. I'm going to be going to Walgreens and shopping for 8 items. I'm going to get $10.39 for 2.9 miles. I was at home for about an hour waiting for an offer to come in. I did have something to eat. I had some vegetables, an egg, and some rice. That was about it. And I watched TV, watched some Netflix, and nothing good was coming in. There was one borderline good offer for like $11 for, I don't know, was it 5.8 miles or something like that, 2 deliveries. But I didn't like where it was taking me to, and so I declined it. And then there was nothing for the longest time. And then this came in, and it seemed like it was worth a shot. So I was like, why not take this one? The miles are really low, and it meets all the other criteria. And let's see, I'm going to be shopping for some Oreo double stuff, some ice cream, another thing of ice cream, some Rolaids Power Gummies, Advil, vitamin water, Celsius energy drink, and 1 gallon of Crystal Geyser spring water. So it doesn't look like anything's going to be difficult in that in this shopping order, except for that pain medicine. And that's probably going to be locked up. If it was generic, it probably wouldn't be locked up. But usually the name brand Advil tends to be locked up at certain locations. So, and I don't know if it's locked up at this location or not, because it's been a while since I've been to this particular Walgreens and shopped for Advil. So we'll find out momentarily what it's like to shop for Advil at this location. And once I get this one done, I will be at, I think, at $37 or $38. So after this, I think there's only going to be about $12 or $13 left to earn to reach goal. And I should be done with this. Hopefully it won't take any longer than 30 minutes. So hopefully by 11:15 I will be done. It all depends on stuff like, how long this light will take to change. This is like one of the longest lights in all of Vegas. So we'll see how long it takes before this light changes, and just how long it takes in general to get to Walgreens. And it's not too many items, so it should go quick once we get there. It's just, the question is, how hard is it going to be to get the Advil, I think, is the hardest thing. Oh, and this light skipped us over. Man, sometimes it does that. I don't know why. Sometimes the light skips our turn. I think they have it set up that way on purpose. And yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit longer before we go. Stupid light. And then nothing else is going on that's too exciting. I was hoping I would be done before noon, but now it doesn't seem very likely because of the long lag time I had between offers. And I mean, sitting at home for an hour, that ate up a lot of time. So it's probably going to be a little bit longer. Maybe till 1 I'll probably be working. I don't know. God, these cars are going so damn slow. Learn how to drive. All you got to do is turn your car into the lane. How hard is that? How hard is it to put your car in the lane? It's pretty simple. You turn the car and you go into the far left lane. I swear, people are the worst drivers out here. And it's going to be coming up on the right, the Walgreens. One more light to go. It's like this place isn't even that far to get to, but it seems like an eternity with some of these lights, let me tell you. It's like you're just parked in a parking lot waiting your turn to leave the parking lot. It's just the way it is sometimes. Sometimes you get all greens and then you're just flowing, and then sometimes it's all reds, and these reds can be really long. Come on, let's go. I want to get my shopping done and I want to move on. Alright, I'm going to be making a right turn. I'm going to be following this white Cadillac SUV into the shopping center. And then the Walgreens will be on the right. Oh, come on. I knew he was going to go to Walgreens. I could just feel it. And I'm going to park far away because I don't want to deal with all this drama. Let's park back here where it's safe. Here we are again, folks. Back in the car, backing out of here and making my way to the drop-off. The shopping experience was not too painful, and I was able to find most of the items. Some of them I had to do substitutes, but for the most part, it was no problem. There was Crystal Geyser 1 gallon water that was out of stock. The substitute said get a 6-pack of Crystal Geyser, so I got that. The customer said, no, I don't want that. I want a bottle of Core hydrating water. So that's what I got them, the Core hydrating water. Then they wanted Reese's ice cream. They did not have Reese's ice cream. So I got them instead Kit Kat ice cream. And they approved it. Oh, these people are going real slow. I gotta be patient. They're telling me to go ahead. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do what you're saying. I'm following what you're saying. I don't want to cause any problems. I'm trying to be a safe driver. So now we're on our way to the drop-off. It's 4 minutes from here, 1.1 miles. It's an apartment. It's a leave at the door. I have a gate code, and I think I've been to this building before. Yep. So I think this is going to be an easy drop-off. I sort of have a strong recollection of this particular building. It says, enter the gate on the right and first building on the left. And as I recall, I've been to this building before. I delivered some groceries not too long ago to it. So the only challenge will be whether or not they answer the code box when I enter the code and it calls their phone, if they buzz me in. The ideal situation would be if the gate was just open, or I could just, somebody else has already entered the code and I can follow them in. That would be the most ideal situation. And let's see, I think there's going to be construction coming up ahead. I can't see over the hill, so I don't know what is happening. As I recall, there was construction, but see, all the cones are on the median now, and they're not in the street, so maybe it's open again. Oh no, I see somebody getting over. So no, it's still, this right lane is still closed, and I'm gonna be making a right turn at the next light, and then a left into the apartment complex. Oy, oy, oy. I hate coming over here. The traffic is always so bad. And these people try to get so clever with making their right turn. They're all just trying to creep. Like me, look, I'm creeping. I'm doing the same thing. I'm creeping. I'm a creeper. I'm cutting through the cones to make the right turn. Is it safe for me to go? It is not safe for me to go. After this black Mitsubishi, I will go. And it's going to be the next left, I believe. Right here. Somebody's turning in. I saw a red car turn in there. Maybe I can just follow them in. How nice would that be, huh, gang? Gosh, please have the clicker. Tell me you have the clicker. Oh, please tell me you have the clicker. Please tell me. Oh, they do. They have the clicker. Woo woo. Toot toot. We're in. I can follow this person in. And they said, first building on the left, as I recall. Yay, I can follow them in. And then I'm going to park right here. Over here. And there's a parking space available. Boy, this is awesome. Alright, this should be an easy drop-off. Let's do it. Me, 461, no. I just gotta carefully back up and get the heck out of here. Oh boy. $14.50 for 12.7 miles, $5.06 for 4.4 miles. No and no. $4.63 for who cares. Is it better to make a right turn or a left turn? I would like to make a left turn if possible. So that's what I'm gonna do. And it worked. Yeah, easy drop off. Right where I parked, right directly behind my car was the door I was gonna drop off at. So that made it really simple. And now we're at $27 and change. I mean $37 and change. And all we gotta make is $13 more. $6.03 for 5 who cares miles. Yeah, now I'm making my way back. $2.38 for who cares. And now we're just trying to get another one before I make it back to home base. The time is 11:03. There's 26 miles on the car, 59 miles to the gallon. The temperature is 64 degrees and rising. Ooh, man. That one was that was an easy one overall. $9.10 for 8.5 miles. That's a no. So it looks like I gotta do probably just one more. $9.13, 8.6 miles. No. No. $9.09. Too many miles. Oh, no. No. Oh man. So one or two more to go. It's very possible. So if you divide $13 divided by 2, that's $6.50. So if we get 2 minimum offers, that's $13 there. So 1 to 2 more offers to go until I'm done. And there is 3 hours left in the day. The window for working will stay open until 2. Ooh, that winded me. Not sure why. I think it was just everything was happening all of a sudden. You know what I mean? It was like I guess. I mean, I think that's why. Maybe it's just there's just so much happening. Maybe because there was no respite. There was no break between the shopping at Walgreens and the drop off and getting back in the car and moving on because it was so close together. $3.04, 6.6 miles. No. Plus you gotta talk a lot when you make these videos, so I can make it right. Start to hyperventilate maybe. So I take deep breaths and breathe in, breathe out. Everything's gonna be A-okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna put too many miles on the car, which I'm happy about. I set a limit of what's my limit for miles? If I'm gonna make $50, my limit would have to be 40 miles is my limit. 40-ish. Ooh, I'm winded. Goodbye, everyone. It was nice knowing you. These are my last moments on Earth. I'll upload this video. My ghost or my descendants will upload this video and you can all say goodbye to me. Because I'm short of breath right now. There's a place over there called Agape Sports something. Sports Pediatrician. I thought Agape was like a religious place. I didn't know it was just a medical place. Maybe that's just the name of the people, or I don't know. Anyway, at any rate, my eyes just fell upon those words on a sign for a medical facility. Oh, and I'm winded. I should buy that car. Did you guys see that new Volvo? Where if you have a heart attack or if you pass out while you're driving, the car will automatically pull itself over to the shoulder and dial 911. That's the kind of car I'm gonna need in old age. So that way, if an emergency happens, the car will contact emergency services, and I don't have to worry about running anybody over. That'll be nice. Well, there's that man that's always sitting in front of the Crumble. $4.31, 3.2 miles. See that man at the corner with that bag? He's always sitting at the corner by the Crumble cookie place. He puts out an umbrella and a chair, and he just sits there. He doesn't do anything. $7.50 for whom cares. $6.35 for 4.7 miles. No, no, and no. Yeah. And he doesn't ask anybody for any change, or he just sits there like it's his place to spend the day. It's like that area is like a park. $10.05, 7 miles. No. Yeah, it's like you know where you go to the park and you see people just hanging out all day, and they're like the regulars and they're feeding the pigeons. That's kind of what he does. DoorDash $5, 1.6 miles. That's a no. If that had been $6.50, I would have taken it. But it was too low. Too low, everybody. It was a negative. This light is so long. This is the same light we were at before. You know, the one where I was talking to you guys for a long time, trying to get to Walgreens? Well, now we're just facing another direction. We're stuck at the same damn light. And we were close to the front the other time. This has to be the meanest light in all the lights of Vegas. Because it's so cruel. It takes so long to get across this intersection. And there's no way around it. There's absolutely no way. Or actually, if I would have made a right instead of a left, when I left that apartment complex, I could be like those cars at the far corner and be making a right turn. $5.07 for 5.5 miles. No. I'm still out of breath. That doesn't make sense. I should have caught my breath by now. Well, at least I'm not having any chest pains. I may not be able to breathe at the moment, but there's no pain. Now, if there was pain, I'd have to shut the app off and tell you guys goodbye. Or if I felt suddenly dizzy, then I'd be like, ooh, and I would just slump over in the seat. But so far, I'm alright. I'm just a little short of breath. But I think I'm going to be A-okay. I think it was just a lot. I think I was really moving quickly through the Walgreens. They didn't lock up the Advil, by the way. It was not locked up. There was no items that were locked up. And I did drop the ice cream. One of the tubs of Ben & Jerry's fell on the ground, and it got a dent in it. But it didn't open. So it was still usable, so I didn't replace it. It just kind of... coincidentally, that stupid Ben & Jerry's ice cream, guess where it dented? It dented right where the barcode was to scan the item. And I thought, what are the odds? You know how many times I pick up an item and I can't even find the barcode? $5.61 for 2.4 miles. You know how many times that's happened to me? So many times I pick up an item and I can't even find the barcode. And the one time I drop an item and it smashes and dents the barcode, so that when I pick it up, it's hard for me to scan the item. I'm like, that is just Murphy. If Murphy doesn't exist, I would. If someone told me Murphy didn't exist, the bad luck monster of the universe, I'd say they're full of it. Because that Murphy's out there circling the drain everywhere I go. $7.10 for 5.7 miles. No, I'm telling you, when bad things happen, you know there's some sort of alien force creating these situations. The time is 11:33 a.m. and I got an offer from DoorDash. I'm going to go to Target and shop for 32 items. I'm going to get $27.70 for 3 miles. Well, this one is an interesting one. It's got a lot of items and we're going to get a lot of money for it. So it sounds like a good one, doesn't it? I mean, It does. The question is it something really heavy? I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking at the items now, and boy, is it a long list. Oh man, it's a long list. So there's some laundry things in here like Tide and Downy, and there's 2 bottles of Diet Coke, four boxes of Arm & Hammer baking soda, some Q-tips, watermelon spears and pineapple chunks, some deli meat, a charcuterie entertainment tray, some crackers, lots of different kinds of crackers. Oh, lots of crackers. Some dandruff shampoo, paper towels. It's gonna be the cart's gonna be really full. There's a lot of stuff, but you know what? It's the last one. So whatever happens, I'm gonna push that cart so slow in that store. It's not even funny. And I'm not gonna rush because this is the last one, and now I'm way over the goal. So there's absolutely nothing to be concerned about other than just shopping it at the Target, getting it in the cart, dropping it off, and collecting that dough. So I'll probably be in there for at least an hour. And time is 11:36 a.m. right now. Yeah, and I'll just take my time. And it doesn't look like there's anything heavy. It's just a lot of footwork and cart pushing. So I'll just be real patient. I just wish I was more energetic. I feel very sluggish at the moment. So I'm just glad it's the last one, guys. It's the last one, and then I can go. So we're here in the shopping center at where the Target is already. And I don't know how crowded Target's going to be. I'm glad this isn't a Sprouts. I would rather shop for 32 items in Target than 32 items at Sprouts. So that is one good thing. And let's see. It's got to get past this intersection here where I couldn't see that car. It's really, really, really busy in the Target today. I want to park at my usual parking spot, but unfortunately it looks like there's a lot of people here. Oh wait, here's my favorite parking spot. It's available right next to the cart return. Alright, let's go in. Alright. I'm gonna take my jacket off. Hold on. That's probably why I was getting short of breath. I was probably overheating wearing that jacket. I just didn't realize it. Man. The time is 12:22 currently. And I don't remember when I went in there or when I got the offer, but I'll take a look in a minute. We're going to an apartment just 1.8 miles from here. And it's just to leave at the door. Oh boy. Come on, people. I've got to get to an apartment and drop off this order. Yes, sir. I've got to make this happen. I do. I've got to get a delivery done here. And I got to get through all these crazy people that are in my way. Let's see, when did I get this offer? 11:31, so it's almost been an hour since I got this offer. So it was right about what I expected it to take, about an hour to complete the shopping portion. So that was about right. And so money wise, is it still worth it? Yeah, because it should have taken about an hour and a half to complete, because it's almost about $30 is what I'm getting. So now we're in the delivery portion. It's only a 6-minute drive to get there, so it shouldn't be too bad as long as I can get into the complex. And then I do have to carry quite a bit of groceries and miscellaneous items that I shop for at Target. And let me just say, it was not easy shopping for those items. It was not easy at all. Let me make a left here at the light. No, sir, it was not easy at all. Please make this light. Please stop making U-turns so I can go. Please just keep making lefts. Thank you. All I want to do is make this light. Oh boy. And now, so now we're on our way, and I don't think I have a gate code. I think this person was really not very helpful at all. So they didn't give me a building number, nor did they give me a gate code. They gave me nothing. Absolutely no help at all. At the very least, they said, leave it at the door. So that's helpful. But I don't know where this apartment building is, and I don't have a gate code. Yeah. And there were 2 items I wasn't able to get. The customer had no substitutions. There was the option to send a suggestion, and they did not respond to my message nor to my phone call. So I just issued a refund for a large box of goldfish crackers, Christmas or holiday edition, and a tray of charcuterie meats. They didn't have the particular name brand they wanted, and they just had a generic version. The charcuterie trio, I think it was called. They did not have it. Yeah. And I don't even know if they marked their building on the map. Let's see if they did. No, it doesn't look like they did. I mean, maybe. It's hard to tell. So I'm going to first have to go on a scouting mission to figure out where this place is. Based on the number, the apartment number, it looks like I'm going to have to climb 3 flights of stairs to drop it off. And I'm going to have to do 2 trips. There's no way with all these items, and they're heavy items. They got like heavy like fabric softener liquid and just all kinds of stuff that's heavy. Not bulky, but heavy, but 3 heavy bags. So I've got to figure out what's the best thing to do to get this delivered. I haven't quite figured it out yet. But I will when I get closer. So yeah. Oh god. Well, we're almost there at the apartment. I got to make a left here, and I just got to make sure it's safe to make this left turn, because I don't want to crash and die. All right, now we're going. It's straight ahead. It's in this complex here, and yeah. My guess is that it's going to be building 33. Is my guess. Where that is, I don't know. I'm looking on the map as I drive to see if I can figure out where this building is. I see 31. I see 23. I don't think there is a building 33. Uh-oh, I think I'm in trouble. I don't see a building 33, so that means it's not that building. So what building would it be? Oh dear. Let's see, somebody just came out of the gate, so I'll just go in. If I can make it in time before the gate closes. It's already closing. Am I gonna make it? Let's see. Hi, don't close on me. I'm here. Open back up. It's me, Margaret. Open back up. God, it's me, Margaret. Open back up. I better just park it here and figure out where the hell I'm going. Because I don't know where I'm going at all. So let's stop here first of all. So it is definitely building 33. And I don't know what where building 33 is. So let me go to my database of places that I have on my phone here and see if I can find it. Okay, I have entered through the main entrance and I'm looking for building 33. There's 31. There's 18. And I don't see a building 33. How funny, huh? How fun. The buildings stop at 31. And they definitely put 3. Maybe they've just meant building 3. Because there's no building. There is no building. It must be building 3. They must have entered too many numbers by accident. And I can't get a hold of them. They're not answering their messages. And there's definitely no building 33. It ends at 31. Well, how fantastic is that, folks? So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to send them a message. I don't see a building 33. So I assume your building number is actually number 3. I will be delivering to your apartment at building number 3. Yeah. And then let me confirm with them the number. That's all I can do. Yeah, they must have typed in too many 3s because there is no building 33 here. There is only a building 3. Yup. Thanks so much for being so helpful to make this delivery real easy for me. And of course it's the building on the complete opposite side of where I'm at. So I've got to go all the way around to get to building 3. Oh my gosh. This is so ridiculous. It's like, why would you guys make this so hard for me? You know what I'm saying? Why are you making this so difficult? I'm like, I'm here at your stupid apartment and you can't even give me enough information to deliver your items properly. And to top it all off, I've got to be a detective and just assume that you entered your building number wrong. There's nothing else for me to do because there is no building 33 here. So I just assume you accidentally hit 3 twice by accident, and that's the only thing I can do. And the poor, at least, and I sent them the message to what building number I'm delivering it to. So that's all I can do. There is nothing else to do about it. I still gotta go up to the 3rd floor. Oh my God, this place is such a disaster. Okay, here is the entrance. And let's get going. Oh my gosh, we did it. Well, good news. Good news, everybody. The apartment number for building 3 was a match. It was a match. I can confirm that even though their apartment number was multiple digits, and I thought they put an extra digit, and I thought it was building 33. It was not building 33. It was actually building number 3. And because I communicated all that stuff for the customer and let them know what was going on and where I was going to, they tipped me an extra $5. So great news. I am so far above the total amount of money I needed to make today, the $50, that I am sitting real pretty. So, oh my gosh. And I couldn't record the climbing of the 3 flights of stairs because I carried all of the groceries in one trip, and there was no way to record any video while I was climbing those stairs. But I did manage to show you guys footage of when I was unpacking the groceries in front of the customer's door. Holy smokes. And I'm close to home, which I'm really happy about, and I'm glad the day's over. It's only 12:39 and I should be home before 1 o'clock, an hour earlier than my scheduled shift. And it was a good day. I mean, everything worked out fine. I didn't put a lot of miles on the car, which is always my primary objective. Right now I have like 31. And yeah. And there were no real bad moments, I don't think, today where I was going to be hysterical or, or super mad. So it was all good. I'm tired. All right, everybody. Well, thank you guys all for watching my video once again. And I will see you again on the next one. All right, take care. Bye for now.